Hi guys. So I visited a hair salon called S&A in Armadale, Perth, Western Australia. Now, I don't necessarily have a very good relationship with hairdressers. And one of the biggest reasons for that is that they just don't listen. They want to do what they've always done. And sometimes that's not quite what I want as a client. So if you live in diaspora, you know that it's quite expensive to get your hair done by, professionals here. And most of the hair salons here will straight up tell you, we don't do that kind of hair. And so in an attempt to sort of reduce the money that you pay at the hairdressers when you do go, most of us like to prep our hair prior, and especially if you've got natural hair. So I've washed my hair, deep conditioned it, and stretched it ready for styling. Because if you just rock up with your hair, not stretched and not washed, I mean, they can do it for you, but it's more money. And sometimes, the blowout and the detangling process is not exactly what you want or how you would normally do your hair. So a lot of hairdressers will like that your hair comes pre-prepped for styling. Anyway, meet Mary. Mary is my hairdresser for today, and I have to say she is giving me lots of hope for African hairdressers here in diaspora and even Africa, to be honest. I contacted her. Obviously, she came recommended to me from a friend. Thanks, Natasha. And yeah, I contacted her, I think it was on WhatsApp, and sort of said, hey, look, I'm trying to get a protective style of crochet. And, these are my availabilities, when can I meet you, where, etc. And, it was quite quick, to respond, and we were able to make a date. When I arrived, I have to say there were people in there waiting to get their hair done. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'll have to wait the whole day. I actually say to my husband, look, you might want to leave me here for the day because it looks like there's many people in front of me. But no, she pretty much said to me, when you're ready, after, detangling and combing your hair, let me know and I'll get started with you, because it seemed some clients just came a little bit earlier. So yes, I was really happy about that, because sometimes when you go to these salons, guys, you wait for hours before they look at you and even touch your hair. But I'm so glad that was not the case. As you can see, the cornrows that she's doing are quite good, and she's not ripping through my hair as she does the cornrows. She's sort of teasing the hair and not just yanking everything out. And one of the greatest things that I loved about Mary was that she listened. She listened to me and what I wanted for my hair. I said to her, look, this is the idea I have. I want to keep this crochet for a couple of months, but then when I take them out, I'll probably keep the cornrows in and just wear a wig. So she styled it with that in mind. She left the back of my hair to, as you can see, the cornrows are sort of horizontal at the back, and that really eliminated a lot of tension that you get most of the times with the cornrows. My edges were intact. She left my edges out. You must stand up from the chair if a hairdresser insists on braiding these little baby hairs. I'm not here for that. Anyway, rant over. Mary was super good to not braid my edges, because I'm actually trying to save my edges and not lose them. So that's one thing I like about Mary. I requested that she doesn't sew the last piece of my hair, rather just sort of manipulate it so that it hides in the cornrows. Because if I was going to take my hair down on my own, chances that I cut some hair as I tried to take out the thread were very high. And again, she listened. You want someone that can work with you, someone that listens to the clients, guys. And if you're a hairdresser, please, pay attention to your clients' needs. It's not always that you have to always just, think about, yourself and your style of doing things and your brand. sometimes it's all about the clients, and the clients will sell your business. They're the ones that will come out here and say, hey, look, you might want to go to this hairdresser because they're really good and they listen to what your needs are as a client or an individual. So initially I had wanted to put some like 4 locks in my hair, but I ended up choosing these super bouncy spring twists, and I was using color number 27. This hair was really, juicy. That's, I guess, the best way to put it. The color was pretty much decided by everybody that was in their hair salon. So thank you guys if you guys are watching. She ended up using 5 full packets for my entire head. Now, some parts, especially at the back, had a few gaps, and I guess I could have, chosen to get them filled, but the hair was getting pretty heavy, so I decided not to, and the style was able to hold anyway. So yeah, we ended up just using 5. I will put the details below of how much I spent to get this done, but cost will vary just depending on, what hair you use or what hair you choose, the style you choose, how long it takes, etc. And also, guys, this video is all about my experience, so you might have other experiences, but this is mine. Anyone that's done crochet before knows that there are 2 main advantages of doing crochet rather than having twists, like single twists from your hair. The first one is that it takes no time to install these. Like, I was done so quickly. Before I knew it, less than an hour we were done. And another thing is that you can have almost perfect twists because obviously they're pre-done and you don't have to actually have someone trying to twist them perfectly, in real time. I have to say also that the hook or the crochet hook does take a little bit of getting used to. It can be a little bit fiddly when you're not used to it, and it can cause damage if you don't know what you're doing. So either get someone to show you or get someone that knows how to do it to crochet your hair, or just learn really slowly and really patiently before you can start to crochet your hair. Otherwise you can cause damage on your hair. And just like that, we were done with these beautiful twists with crochet. And my hair did feel heavy, obviously, to start with, but generally this hair is actually quite light, but obviously we used quite a bit for this particular style. As you can see, my maintenance is going to be a breeze because she can literally just part the hair, and yeah, you've got access to your scalp with no problems whatsoever. So that's pretty much my experience, guys. Thanks, Mary, for restoring my belief or my confidence in hairdressers, especially out here in the diaspora. I loved how my hair looked. I loved that I didn't feel like, oh, I need Panadol, after having my hair done. Comment below if you guys have had to take Panadol before, at least once in your life, because your hairdresser just butchered your scalp. This was not my experience with Mary, and I will leave some details below where to find her contact details, etc. And I will just share with you some pictures of how my hair looked at different occasions. And yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you are protective styling your hair and taking care of your hair and your edges this year, 2021. And of course, thank you, Mary, for styling my hair so beautifully and so effectively. Until next time, it's Pamela Naturals. Bye.